Imagine, like, a packed sports bar, Super Bowl Sunday.
Oh yeah, the highest stakes possible.
Right. You've got 32 different TVs playing, 32 different feeds, and suddenly the main screen goes completely black.
That is an absolute nightmare scenario right there.
It really is. And you have maybe 3 seconds to fix it before the crowd just turns on you. So are you going to trust some lagging touchscreen tablet to switch the feed, or do you want a hardwired physical button?
Oh, definitely the physical button. Every time.
Exactly. And that brings us to today's deep dive. We are looking at a highly specific product page from HDTVSupply. It's for a device called the Kramer RCP-3232 Remote Panel.
Yeah, and we're really digging into what actually goes into controlling these massive enterprise-level AV setups.
Right, and why a dedicated piece of hardware is just absolutely required to manage it all.
I mean, it sounds incredibly niche at first,
Right.
but looking at this one control panel, it really opens up a surprisingly deep look into how human operators manage complex digital infrastructure under pressure.
Okay, let's unpack this, because going from the technical title of Kramer RCP-3232 to visualizing what this actually is, well, it requires a bit of imagination.
It really does.
Yeah, when you look at the specs, it doesn't sound like a clicker for your living room couch. It sounds way more like a spaceship command center.
That's a perfect way to picture it, honestly.
Yeah.
What this device does is flawlessly duplicate the front panel of a massive 3232 HD-3G matrix switcher.
Wait, a matrix switcher?
Yeah, so for anyone who hasn't built a commercial AV rack, a matrix switcher isn't just like a basic HDMI splitter.
Right, it's much bigger than that.
Exactly.
Yep.
It's this heavy-duty routing hub that lets you take any input, like dozens of cable boxes, and instantly route them to any combination of output screens.
Oh, wow, okay.
And this remote panel gives you full physical control of that hub from an entirely different room. And it uses exactly 69 backlit multicolor LED buttons.
Wow, so that's 32 for inputs, 32 for outputs, and 5 control buttons. Basically, the operator can see the status of this entire network of screens at a single glance.
Even in a pitch black room.
Yeah, right. But let me play devil's advocate here for a second.
Go for it.
I see this panel connects via a standard Ethernet network using an RJ45 connection.
Right.
So if it's just sending signals over an IP network, why spend like $13 or $45 on a physical board? I mean, couldn't you just use a web GUI or some free app on an iPad to do the exact same thing?
Well, what's fascinating here is that in high-pressure environments, software isn't always king.
Huh, really?
Yeah, think about the cognitive load of navigating a touchscreen. You have to look down, find the app, make sure it didn't freeze or drop Wi-Fi, and then tap a flat piece of glass.
That's a lot of steps when people are literally yelling at you.
Exactly. With dedicated hardwired hardware, you build muscle memory.
Yeah.
You don't even have to look at the board to know you pressed a button because you get this instant tactile feedback from the mechanical click.
I see. So it's essentially an insurance policy against the absolute chaos of a live environment.
Right. It's all about unshakable reliability.
And mechanically, I'm assuming this 69-button remote isn't actually processing all those massive 4K video feeds itself, right? It's just sending lightweight command packets over the network.
Precisely. It just sends instantaneous instructions over the network to the heavy machinery sitting back in the server room.
That makes sense.
And the engineering of the remote panel itself is surprisingly sleek. It's built to mount into a standard 19-inch equipment rack, taking up 2 U's of space.
Which in server speak just means it's about 3.5 inches tall, right?
Yeah, exactly. And it only weighs 2.6 pounds. Plus, the power draw is remarkably low, maxing out at just 4.8 watts.
Wow, so it's incredibly efficient. But, you'd think setting up a lightweight, low-power control board would be totally foolproof, just plug and play.
You would think so?
But looking through the source material, the human margin of error is still the biggest variable in getting these systems off the ground.
Oh, 100%. You can have the most reliable hardware in the world, but the human element still dictates whether the system actually works.
Right, like that one review we saw?
Yes. Down in the customer reviews of the catalog, multiple buyers specifically single out a customer service rep named Rachel.
Oh yeah, one buyer even calls her a rock star.
Right. And why? Because she caught their order mistakes and actually corrected their configuration errors before the gear ever shipped.
I mean, what a lifesaver for whoever was trying to wire that sports bar.
Seriously.
It really highlights that no matter how rugged your Ethernet connections or matrix switchers are, you still need human oversight to make sure the puzzle pieces actually fit together.
It's just a great reminder that technology, no matter how advanced, relies entirely on human intuition. both in setting it up and operating it.
So what does this all mean? The Kramer RCP-3232 isn't just some overpriced accessory.
Got it all.
It's a vital, tactile bridge between incredibly complex AV infrastructure and the human operators who need to control it flawlessly.
Without taking their eyes off the action, yeah.
Yeah.
It grounds an invisible digital network into something we can physically touch and rely on.
It really does. But, it leaves you with something to ponder. Yeah, digging further into this HDTVSupply catalog, you see matrix switchers that scale all the way up to 160 by 160 TVs.
That is massive.
Right. So if a 32 TV setup requires a dedicated physical panel with 69 backlit buttons, how will our physical interfaces evolve as these AV networks scale to hundreds of screens?
That's a huge question.
Will physical buttons eventually collapse under sheer complexity and become obsolete? Or is tactile control a fundamental human necessity we can never truly replace?